in October before we went to, well, school would start. School would start maybe in late September. But as a child, and as for most blacks here, we had to stay out of school to pick cotton to supplement our family's incomes and stuff like that. So we usually never got back to school until around October, maybe say the second week in October or something like that to go to school. You were very fortunate if you was a black child here and didn't have to stay out of school those few weeks to help gather the crops. But they allowed that here. They allowed that here in Cooper so that we could help the children and their parents and things could help this county gather their crops. Now the white school went on and stuff. I can't remember, maybe there were, because there were poor white people here just like there were blacks here. You know, I mean, end of conversation. It was just, you know, poor here too, just like anybody else. But we had to stay out of school to work, to help ends meet through the winter months, and to buy school clothing, school shoes, and things like that. It was very hard. It was very hard.
Now, what was that? No, you were out of school, but school was in session.
School was in session.
So when you came back, they had probably covered 2 or 3 chapters. What was that like? You were probably totally confused.
You would be confused, but you had to play catch up. You had to play catch up. You had to do it to the best of your knowledge and things like that to catch up. Just say, for instance, if we were maybe just say like a simple arithmetic, you know, arithmetic, like starting from page 1, they learned to be on page 93 by the time we got ready to come to school. So you've missed a certain amount of time, you know, certain amount of things there, but you had to play catch up if you wanted to, you know, be known as a good student or a good scholar.
Were there any sports for the girls?
The girls, we did have sport. We had basketball, and which that was played like district wise and things. Yes, we had a very, very good basketball team. And in the springtime, it wasn't played like district, but we would play things like softball and things, but basketball was our main sport. Basketball was our main sports for the boys as well, because we did not have no football team. We didn't have the Cooper Bulldogs. We might have had some Bulldogs, but they weren't the football. They weren't the football players and stuff like that. We didn't have like football team. And it certainly was not because we did not have the students here. We had the students. We had the, we just didn't, I don't know if it was because we didn't have funds for things like that, or as a child, you just don't understand those things when you're going to school. Well, they've got, like we would say, well, they've got like, a football team. Why can't we have a football team? Because we had big boys that could, that was very athletically inclined. And just right now, just like further on up the years, some of our well-known black players on different teams. We've had professional football players right out of Cooper, Texas that played sports. The Morris's boys, for instance, two of the girl that I went to school with, her boys were professional football players. Yeah. But they went to the white school.
Were there social activities associated with schools? Like, do you have dances?
We had every year we'd have our junior and senior proms, which was a dance, and then maybe say like on maybe if we were trying to do a little fundraiser or something like that, we would occasionally have things like what you call a cakewalk and things like that. But just not a lot of social dancing and things like that. We did not have.
Was that something that maybe came from the parents? They didn't want you to dance, or was that?
No, I just really don't think it came from the parents because, you know, I don't think it wasn't anything that was disregarded by the parents that we just couldn't go to the school and dance and things like that. We had different things. We had programs and different things we would give her. Maybe like most of our things were like plays. We did like plays, different plays and things like that. But it wasn't like a whole lot of social gathering like for dances and things, which would have been very nice because I love to dance. I love to dance, so it wasn't just a lot of things like that.
What about going downtown and shopping and did you ever do that with your parents?
Yes, yes. We had several nice, right here on the square, we had several places that we could go shopping to. My mother, just like I told you, used to work for the Poes here. Miss Poe had a beautiful ladies dress, well, had it like a, I would say like a mercantile store or something like that. But she had nice things in there. So yes, if you wanted to go downtown and buy a new dress, you could go downtown and buy a new dress. They had shoe shops. I remember here when I don't know if you I don't know if you know them now, but they had, back in my day, they had a Jarman's men's shoe store here, right around the corner up here, and there was Gene Moss's man shop here. If my brother and them needed new suits and things for the proms and things like that, they could always go up to Mr. Gene Moss's and get them a suit and white shirt and tie and stuff like that, and then pay it back in the fall of the year, picking cotton. That's how well, that's just how well that we were trusted here in Cooper. So yes, we had places we could go and shop to. There were shoe stores here, women's shoe stores here. There were family shoe stores here. There were, just like I say, a Jarman's man store here, and Miller's dress shop. All the way around the square, there was something in every last one of these stores here. It was a downtown area, and you could certainly shop for anything that you want.
Now, what about, let's see, there were 2 movie theaters here? Tell us about the movie theater.
Okay, there were 2 movie theaters, and these were Sparks movie theaters. One was for the whites and one was for the blacks. So on Friday night, the blacks theater was open like from maybe like 10 o'clock. They opened at 10 o'clock on Friday nights. And then you'd go to the movie.